All right, guys, so when you first come to Adobe Express, we talked about these basic size templates that they have for like different social media platforms, different types of designs that you can use, but they also have other things like generative AI or these quick actions such as removing a background from a picture or learning how to resize a photo, merging video together, using AI to tell it what you want it to do. You can even edit a PDF on Adobe Express, convert things to a PDF. There's all these different things that it allows you to do. You can also go to the view all up here, and it's going to show you all these different quick actions. Lots of things that you can do in here that's not just design heavy. And so I wanted to show you that feature, things that you can use in everyday life. Another thing you can do is if you'll come over to the Explore tab, this gives you all sorts of templates for lots of different things. You can also search for different templates, and I don't mind if you use templates. I just ask that you change some elements when you use them. Another cool thing about Adobe Express is you can sign into your social media, and you can actually schedule things from Adobe Express and use it as a scheduling tool. Last but not least, these are lots of tutorials that you can use that are integrated into Adobe Express. So if there's something I am not teaching you that you want to learn, you can always go there. One of the first things I want to teach you that's like a tips and trick is this layer feature. So when you work with Adobe products, they always work in layers, no matter what program you use in Adobe Express. It's just like that. So on the right-hand side, you're going to see all these layers, and they're intuitive. You just move them around, and you can see that the elements are going to rearrange themselves however you need them. And so this is really neat if you are just wanting to kind of see how things play around, and you can move it without sacrificing any of the content or the quality, and always go back and see what you like and what you disliked about it. So layers tool on the right hand side. Because Adobe Express is integrated so well with social media, another thing you can do is you can resize anything that you make to fit other social media things. So this one is an Instagram squares feature that you could post on your timeline. But if you go up to resize, it shows you all the different elements that you can choose from. So if you just click on one and then hit resize, it's going to resize it to that specific element specifications. And this is just really cool to use if you need to change things quickly. It's going to be really intuitive about how it changes everything. It's going to try to fill the space in the best possible way. But of course, with that, you can always go in and you can rearrange and move things in it as well. So this is just another tool for you. One of the coolest things I like about Adobe Express is if you have something that you're working on and say you want to look at different types of font options, this is a great thing to do. So you just click the font and you go up to recommendations, and it'll list all of the ones that maybe it thinks would go with your design. And then so you can go through, see all of them, click on them, and it'll change it. You can always adjust the size if need be. That's really intuitive as well. And just change it up, see what it looks like. If you find one that you like, but maybe you want something slightly different, so that we went back to the original one, you can click into the little wavy sign and it'll bring up ones that are similar to it. And then you can go in there and find ones that maybe work that are similar to the ones that you started with, but maybe fit the design a little bit better. Then you can resize again. I think this is a great tool just because I get overwhelmed with fonts sometimes, and so this just helps you kind of find ones that you might like. Speaking of text, another cool thing that you can do is if you'll click your text, there are all the formatting options that you would see like in Word. So you can bold it, you can italicize it, center it, change the layout or the size of it, the shape of it. But you can also put these cool filters on it in the effects panel, which makes it look like this gold balloon kind of thing, or other neat effects that it'll generate. You can also go in, put a shadow on there, and there's different types of shadows. You can change the intensity of it. You can change the color, all of the things that you could do like maybe in PowerPoint or Word, but you can also do it in the design. Along with that, you can also go into shapes, and it will allow you to put different shapes behind your text automatically instead of going in and adding an individual shape. It's just another shortcut. Again, you can change the color, the size, everything of it. You can also put outlines on the text, change the color of that. And last but not least, you can add animation. So maybe if you're doing like a reel or a TikTok video, you can add different ways that the text comes in. Another neat thing that you can do is you can change your colors of your design by theme. So if you go up to the top and you hit theme, it'll bring up all these different colors, and it will change the look of your design based on different color themes. And you can always like go into more of them to see different things, but this also gives you an option to just see what different looks you can get. Now, one of the cool features about Adobe Express is that it allows you to edit photos. So if you don't have access to Photoshop, you can go in and you can click a photo and you can remove the background of it in Adobe Express. But with that, you can also take things away from the background. You can add the background back in. You can also change the shape of it. So if you want it to be a certain shape within your design, you can go in and go to the crop feature and not only crop the photo, but you can crop it to a certain shape and then put that shape in between layers to create the effect that you want. So like here's the heart and I hid it behind things, different shapes within the design. So there you go. You can also change the opacity, all sorts of stuff. So it just depends on what you're looking for. You can put things on top of it. All those cool features that you would find like Adobe Photoshop, they are easily accessible here. If you'll click on the picture and then go to effects, it also allows you to like change the colors. So you could do black and white, sepia, change the brightness, the contrast, all those things. You can also do what's called a duotone, which allows you to play on different colors within the design that you've chosen and just change what the overall picture looks like. You can also do this with shapes or elements to really get the desired look that you are going for. Again, it's all these neat little, things that you can do in Photoshop or any kind of photo editor you can do here in Adobe Express as well. Finally, I want to show you how to edit video in Adobe Express. So if you'll go down to merge videos, you can then drag and drop your videos or images or whatever into the browser. And it's going to show you just a basic timeline of everything. Once it's all uploaded, you can go in and you can edit the timeline. So it'll just say open an editor. And this is just a simple video editor. You can trim, you can rearrange video. This is some of the video I was working on at the time. You can add text. You can change how fast it is, how slow it is, all the different elements in there. And you can change how big it is. So like say you wanted to change the actual video, make it smaller, add some text in there. This is what I'm doing. I think I'm going to, type in video. There we go. And then, tutorial. And then you can move all of that around. So another thing about Adobe Express is that it has intuitive, alignment. So if I move like the tutorial up over by video, it will align with it. Just see if I can get that. There we go. And there, yep. And then you can move your video back on. If you want to add all the elements that we've talked about in here, you can do that. Again, it's just a simple video editor so that you don't have to get into like Premiere or Rush. Then you can go in, you can share it as a web page. You can also go in and download it as an MP4. You are doing a great job. You're learning kind of the layout of this program and what it allows you to do for free. And it also helps you get used to just Adobe in general, because most of it is intuitive to other Adobe products like Photoshop, InDesign, things like that. So hopefully this helps you just take what we are learning in class about design and what you've picked up by just playing with Express and elevate it slightly.